You ever have one of those moments where you just act, like totally without thinking, and it feels absolutely perfectly right?
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe, the opposite. You overthink something, weigh every single pro and con, and then later you just wish you'd trusted your gut.
Oh, definitely. Been there. It really points to something deeper, doesn't it?
It really does.
Yeah.
Well, welcome everyone to the Deep Dive. Today we're jumping right into Week 13 of the Babaji Unified 2025 series. It's quite a powerful spiritual wisdom series.
Yeah, it is.
And we're focusing on this really profound concept, achieving spontaneous right action. It's drawn from the book Unified, A Course on Truth by Roger Lanphear, and also boosted by some really insightful recent session discussions we've looked at.
Absolutely. Some great material there.
So our mission today really is pretty clear. We want to unpack what spontaneous right action actually means for you, how it connects, like fundamentally, to your thoughts, your experiences, and crucially, how you could actually cultivate it in your daily life.
Right. Practical application.
Think of this deep dive as maybe your shortcut to seeing how your inner world directly shapes what happens out here, your outer reality, hopefully leading to more happiness, abundance, joy, all the good stuff.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, so we talk a lot about doing the right thing, but when the sources put right and spontaneous together, what does that actually mean? It sounds, potent.
It really is. And what's striking is the core definition they give. Right action is basically any action that brings you the experience of God's qualities.
God's qualities? Like what?
Well, think about universal virtues, the inherent perfection. Things like happiness, joy, love, abundance, peace, non-judgment too.
Okay.
And when that action becomes spontaneous, it means it's so deeply integrated, so natural. It's just part of who you are, your being.
Ah, I see.
It's not something you have to sit and deliberate over. It happens through you, not really by you. It's like a natural outflow.
Okay, wait. So if it's happening through me, does that mean I lose control? Or like personal agency?
Right.
Or is it something different?
That's a great question. And no, not at all, actually. It means you're aligning with something deeper, an all-knowing intelligence within you.
Yep.
It is control, but it's coming from a much higher, more, intuitive place. The main takeaway here is that spontaneous right action means your natural state, your default setting, aligns perfectly with actions that bring out those divine qualities. No conscious effort needed.
That idea, spontaneous action without deliberation,
Yeah.
that really does shift how you think about agency. And the sources connect it even deeper, don't they? Saying every single action, no matter how tiny.
Even routine ones.
It starts with a thought. Even if that gap between the thought and doing it is like instantaneous, the thought's always the blueprint.
Exactly. And if you connect that to the bigger picture, it means our thoughts aren't just these, fleeting ideas passing through. They are the actual foundation of our actions, which in turn create our life experiences. Fully understanding that direct link, it gives you incredible direct control over the experiences you have.
So hold on. If my thoughts are the cause and my experiences are the effect, does that mean I can consciously choose to energize the thoughts that lead to good stuff and maybe swap out the ones that don't?
Precisely. Think of it like a doctor diagnosing a fever.
Okay.
The fever is just the symptom, right? The doctor looks for the root cause. Your life experiences, they're the symptoms. Your thoughts, that's the cause.
Wow.
And once you really, truly grasp that, really get it, it fundamentally changes how you see everything, how you navigate your reality. The insight is just... it's profound. Your life isn't random. It's a direct result of your thinking. You're holding the remote control, basically.
Okay, so if thoughts are that powerful, how do we make sure they consistently lead to these right actions and those positive experiences we want? The sources mention aligning with God's thought. What does that even look like day to day?
Right. God's thought, when you're really tuned in to God's qualities, which, remember, are your innate essence, your true nature, the thoughts that just sort of bubble up inside your mind, they'll naturally be correct.
They'll push you into actions that only bring experiences of happiness, abundance, love, all those divine qualities we talked about. But conversely, if you sort of manufacture your own thoughts, like if you spend time imagining being poor or unloved, even if it's not actually true for you right now, those very thoughts can and often do manifest those negative experiences.
So you create what you focus on, essentially.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
Creation itself, the sources say, was made for you to experience God's qualities.
Yeah.
That's the intended purpose.
You mentioned aligning with God's thought. Where does intuition fit in? Is that like a form of it or a way to access it.
That's a crucial point. Your intuition, think of it as your intuition, like an inner tutor.
I like that.
It's a direct line, a communication from your all-knowing intelligence, which is, a God-given quality. So following that inner guidance, instead of overanalyzing every little step, it just lets the natural flow of life open up.
Right. It removes those mental barriers you might be putting up, often unconsciously. Remember that story, the anecdote of the king and the courtiers?
Vaguely, yeah. The prime minister.
Exactly. His spontaneous poke revealed the challenger's real mother tongue. It shows how in those moments of pure spontaneity, the masks drop. Our true natural self comes out. It's not some automated robotic response. It's genuine. Unforced, just your authentic self expressing itself. So, the core takeaway, cultivating spontaneous right action really involves trusting that deepest intuition. It's your direct channel to inner divine wisdom. It helps you get past the overthinking into effortless, beneficial action.
Okay, understanding the theory is one thing. The nature of spontaneous action, how it comes from thought.
Yeah.
But how do we actually do this day to day? The sources give us a pretty clear guide, right, with 2 specific creating formulas for this week.
Yes, they do. The first formula is all about making a direct claim. You're claiming the achieving of spontaneous correct action in your life. It's foundational. You're stating your desired state of being.
That's setting the intention.
Right. And the second formula then zeroes in on manifesting a specific true desire, something from that list you created back in, I think it was week 9.
Right, the list of desires. And these formulas, they aren't just like saying a sentence, are they? It's more about rewiring our whole thinking process.
Exactly. They're structured thoughts designed specifically to repattern your mind. And when you pick a desire to focus on for manifesting, it's usually wise to start with something, attainable.
Something believable.
Yeah, something your mind won't immediately dismiss as impossible. This way, you build confidence in the process itself. It's like, building trust. Manifest small things first, finding a parking spot easily, getting a little unexpected discount, that kind of thing, like the sources mention, an idly or spoola, perhaps.
Right, small things.
Before you aim for the bigger stuff, like the dream bungalow or whatever your major goal is.
Okay, that makes sense. Build momentum. But the sources also stress repeating these formulas daily. Why repeat them if we're supposed to sort of claim it and then release it? Isn't that contradictory?
It sounds like it, but it's not really about doubt. It's not repeating because you think your claim wasn't heard the first time.
Okay.
It's more about continuously reinforcing your seriousness, your commitment to your inner intelligence. It helps you get genuinely comfortable with acting spontaneously. It actively shifts you away from that ingrained habit we have of constantly analyzing everything mentally.
So it's training.
Yeah.
Training yourself out of overthinking.
Precisely. So the practical insight is that consistent repetition isn't just about belief. It's actively repatterning your mind to naturally, effortlessly align with your true desires and that spontaneous flow.
Beyond the daily formulas, the sources bring up something really fascinating about the human journey overall, saying we're here to master certain inherent qualities or attributes, often over many, many lifetimes. What are these virtues, and how do they tie into this whole unified course?
Yeah, it's a big picture view. There are 6 main virtues mentioned. First is generosity, and it has 3 parts. Giving, serving, and really importantly, listening.
Listening is generosity.
Then there's discipline, which is mainly about the mind, a really challenging task, disciplining the mind.
Tell me about it.
Then diligence, that's focused, organized effort toward a specific purpose, avoiding getting scattered. Meditative concentration, disconnecting from the 5 senses to really know yourself. And wisdom, knowledge that comes directly from experience.
Okay, got it. Generosity, discipline, diligence, concentration, wisdom. What's the 6th?
The 6th one, and perhaps the most challenging, the one we're constantly working on perfecting, is patience.
Patience. And the sources make a really crucial link there, don't they? Between patience and overcoming time, and even the mind itself. How does that work?
Well, if you connect it to the bigger picture, impatience usually pops up when we're trying to force outcomes, right? Or fighting against how time naturally flows.
Yeah, wanting things now.
Exactly. So cultivating patience really means letting go of that need to control, allowing things to unfold according to nature's own laws, its own timing. This is actually a direct path to operating more from your heart space and ultimately transcending the mind's limitations and its constant need to manage everything. In fact, I had a personal experience recently, got quite agitated, impatient about seeing results in something. And it was such a profound reminder of this exact lesson, just highlighted the absolute need to align with nature's flow, not fight it.
Wow, a real-time lesson.
Definitely. So the key insight here is that mastering patience. It's essentially mastering the mind's impulse to control things. And that allows you to align with a much deeper, more effortless way of being.
Okay, this brings up a really important question, especially thinking about responsibility and karma. If we're operating in this spontaneous mode, how does that impact our karmic footprint? This is a great point from our recent discussions.
Right. Karma, as it's usually understood, the whole cause and effect shaping future experiences typically comes about when you apply your free will to an action you've deliberated on. You thought about it, you chose it.
Okay.
But when actions are genuinely spontaneous, when they come directly from that all-knowing intelligence without your ego, your conscious eye getting involved in making the decision, they're considered Nishkam karma.
Nishkam karma, meaning?
Actions without attachment to the results, performed without the ego claiming authorship. In that state, those actions don't generate new karmic ties. They don't bind you further.
That's a really powerful distinction. Wow. And it kind of leads to another thought. The sources also point out that even how we read the book or understand these teachings, it's never entirely pure, is it? Because our own filters, our personal stuff, always gets in the way. What's the significance of that?
It really encourages critical thinking, doesn't it? We all interpret everything through our own unique lens, our experiences, our beliefs, our conditioning. It's like that old parable of the blind man and the elephant, right? Each one touches a different part and describes the whole elephant based only on that part, the trunk, the leg, the tail.
Yeah, everyone has a piece, but not the whole picture.
Exactly. So the goal isn't necessarily to eliminate all interpretation that might not even be possible.
Right.
It's more about becoming aware of your own filters, recognizing them, and acknowledging that growth involves constantly refining those perspectives, being open to seeing more of the elephant.
So humility and self-awareness.
Yeah. The takeaway is that being consciously aware of your own interpretive filters helps you approach wisdom with more humility, more openness, and that fosters continuous growth.
Makes sense. And finally, bringing it all together, how does spontaneous right action ultimately connect back to how we see ourselves?
Yeah.
Our inherent worth. What's the link there?
Self-acceptance. It's absolutely paramount for this whole journey. The core idea is that we are already complete, already perfect, like a stunning diamond that's just covered in layers of dust and grime. Our spiritual practice, then, isn't about becoming perfect. It's simply about gently cleaning away that dust, allowing our inherent divine qualities, our true love, joy, wisdom, to shine through, to express themselves naturally.
So it's uncovering, not building.
Precisely. And even emotions we usually label as negative, like anger or jealousy, if you look at them from a really high, all-encompassing perspective of love, they can actually be seen as distorted forms of love.
Oh, so?
Well, there was this insightful example someone shared. I think it was from a YouTube comment, someone expressing jealousy. But when you look deeper, it really came from a place of desiring connection, wanting to share in something positive.
Ah, okay. Seeing the root desire behind the emotion.
Exactly. So embracing all aspects of yourself, recognizing the mind not as the enemy, but as this incredibly powerful tool that needs to be trained. That's the key to truly flowing with spontaneous right action. I remember this one time, just spontaneously buying some food for a homeless person on the street. It didn't feel like a big charitable act. It just felt like buying something for a friend. No second thought.
Just a natural impulse from the heart.
Yeah, exactly. Pure, unadulterated heart. So the ultimate insight. Spontaneous right action is really just the natural expression of your inherent perfect self.
Yeah.
And accessing it mainly requires self-acceptance and that gentle cleaning away of limiting beliefs and mental dust.
Wow. Okay, so today we've really dug deep into achieving spontaneous right action. We've unpacked its definition, looked at its roots in our thoughts.
The thought-action-experience link.
Right. Explored its connection to those divine qualities and talked about practical steps, the formulas, the virtues like patience.
Yeah, putting it all together.
And remembering, really, that this isn't about trying to become some different person. It's about allowing your true divine self to just emerge.
And to set it better.
So here's a final thought to leave you with. What if? What if the most powerful thing you could do each day isn't to meticulously plan every single next step, but simply to trust? Trust that your true nature, which is eternally connected to that all-knowing intelligence, already knows the perfect spontaneous right action for you in every single moment.
Yeah.
What would your life actually look like if you truly lived without that resistance? If you just allowed that natural, effortless flow of love and wisdom to guide every breath, every action? well, maybe now you can go forth and explore that profound possibility for yourself.